So I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of real talk, mostly because there's so much going on in the world right now, and I know it's super stressful time for me, for so many people, right? Yeah, so basically we have the health thing going for us. What can we take control of, right? We can take control of what we eat. And so that's where raw vegan steps in. We can make sure we're eating like the healthiest things possible, staying hydrated, trying to get some movement in our day, whether it's stretching at home, going out for walks, doing some exercise. You might see a little kitty cat tail. Playing with your pets at home. A little Olive, yeah. Whatever, to get those feel-good vibes and worry about self-care. But sometimes self-talk also plays a big part. And I kind of just wanted to share a couple of things that I remind myself whenever life is a bit overwhelming or disappointing, or if there's any kind of negative emotions coming your way, something playing in your head, a script telling you something less than stellar about yourself, about life. All right, so here's what I think of. And you can definitely share any great ideas that you have too, things you think of to keep positive and feel good about yourself. So one thing is, you're human. I say this to myself often throughout my work day, throughout anything. You're human. If you slip off your healthy eating, you're human, and you get back on and you keep going. If you had a rough day at work, some disaster happens, you're human. You're not a machine. You do what you can, right? And self-care, number one. If you ever have to sacrifice work or something else going on in your life, a relationship, trying to always make the other person happy, but you're sacrificing self-care, no. It's like what they say, when the oxygen masks come down, in the airplane, things are getting rough, you put your mask on first, because if you pass out, how are you going to help anyone else, right? Put your air mask on, then you help other people. So self-care, number one, and then you try to do all those other things, the money-making things, the helping out other people in your life things, right? So that's first. You're human, you do your best, gotta do self-care first. Just gotta. Especially in times like this, oh my goodness, pandemics, whew, self-care. All right, moving on. There's a couple other things. A while back, I had a coworker who brought a bunch of ladies this book called Why Make Eagles Swim? I started to read through it, and there were some things that stuck out to me. I mean, it might seem kind of obvious, but the book was basically like, why, if you are an eagle, why are you trying to worry about being the best swimmer? You are an amazing flyer. You need to focus on flying. Get your fly game strong, because you're already starting off with this amazing skill set, flying. So hone those skills. Be like the best darn flyer in the world. You already have so much natural talent to build upon. And I think about that a lot. You're doing something that doesn't jive. It doesn't fit with who you are, with your natural skill set, and yet you're feeling like such a loser for not being able to do it. I mean, all the time, especially with my work life, there are things that happen where I'm like, oh, I suck for this or that reason, I'm terrible for this and that reason. But you know what your skills are. And maybe you should focus on trying to do things that make those skills shine. I know it's not always possible. Like, you do your best. You're human, right? You're human. Whatever you can do, to make it through, to survive, to, take care of yourself, your loved ones, yes. But if there is a way to focus on things where you're already using your natural abilities and passions and build upon that, fantastic. That's what I think of often. I'm like, what am I good at? How can I use my own skills and make those shine brighter to do a good job, instead of focusing on this stuff that doesn't, like if you're an artist and you do amazing paintings and you're so creative and you come up with all of these unique things and beautiful things. I mean, are you gonna sit there and whittle away your time trying to be the best mathematician? I mean, maybe if you have both skills, awesome. Or if you're a mathematician and you're like, oh, I love crunching numbers, I love doing this and that, and then you see someone else over there like doing an amazing drawing and you're like, oh, my drawing skills are terrible. Like, why would you feel bad about that? I mean, it's just whatever you are good at, like shine it up, like go the distance. Anyway, that really made an impression impression upon me. I think about that sometimes, and it's not like the whole book I think about. It's just like, you know, if you're an eagle, fly. If you're a fish, swim. Like, what are you? Like, you know what you're good at. You know what you're excited about, what you can do well. And just take that and run with it and do the best at it. All right, kind of leads me to another way of thinking, which I hear about, especially from some raw foodie influencers, and this sticks with me, this thought, where you know what's right, what you want to do, what you feel you should do, what you're passionate about. And sometimes it's scary to take a step towards that, especially if it's different than what you've done in the past. But what you do is you take that first step and you just keep going, and you don't know where it leads. Like for raw foods, good example. For me personally, I'll go back to being vegan. Once I knew what vegan was, once I discovered that, I could not unsee those horrible photos from the factory farms of murder and torture of these animals. I couldn't unsee that. I knew, like, this is right. It was clear. And really, I've always known raw vegan. It made sense to me. You're eating fresh fruits and vegetables, so much nutrition, so much hydration, no processed foods. It all made so much sense. And it was just about me hanging on to these dirty vegan foods, all my pies and cookies and vegan pizzas and vegan burgers, and but I knew, like, it made sense. It resonated with me. Like, I knew this is what I want to do. So it's taking that first step and saying, you know, I might mess up, I might not be able to follow through, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take that first step. I want to keep going. So like anything in life, sometimes I think about that. I'm like, you know what you think is right, what makes sense to you. Why don't you follow that path? You know, because you never know. You don't know where life is gonna lead you. You make plans, and all of a sudden you're somewhere else, you know, years down the road. But at least if you're making decisions that resonate with you, that make sense, that feel right, I don't know. I feel like that to me is my guiding stick. It's like this internal feeling, like, where should I go? What's right? What, you know, trust yourself, be yourself. I also hear so much feedback, like people, experts, self-help motivators always saying, you know, be yourself. And that's true. Honestly, if you met someone who was trying to sell you on something and they did not come off as authentic, it seemed forced, like they don't even believe what they're saying to you. Yeah, does that seem appealing? So you really want to just live the life you believe, and don't worry about other people, what they're doing. You know, it makes sense for them, great. I mean, just what's true to you. If you see someone and you feel like they're being authentic, you're turned off, just like anyone else would be. So if you're living your truth, right? If you're doing what feels right to you, I think that's going to show. It's going to feel good. You're going to want to do it. Other people are going to see it. Like, follow that path. Anyway, that's what I tell myself. All right. Last thing. It's really cute. So I'm big into like manga and anime. And there's this one series called Fruits Basket. Furuba, hey, anyone else who cares about that? And they have so many cute little stories within this major story. And one that I think of often too is the story of a rice ball. So Japanese food cuisine, right? They have rice balls, and one of the most common rice ball has an umeboshi. So an umeboshi is a preserved plum. It's just a popular type of rice ball. So it's rice with this preserved plum that they pop in one side, right? And so there's a story of this little rice ball walking around, and he sees all these other rice balls, and they're walking around. He looks at their backs, and he's like, oh my god, they have these beautiful, like, umeboshis, these beautiful preserved plums on their backs. And he looks down at his belly, and he just sees white rice. And he's like, oh, I am just a plain white rice ball. I'm not special. I don't have these beautiful things, right? These beautiful umeboshis. And so finally, it took, like, little rice ball friend to come up and say, hey man, hey rice ball. You know what? You have the most beautiful umeboshi, the most beautiful pickled plum on your back. And the rice ball's like, what? Me too? And he looks, and he can't see it, right? The point of this story is sometimes you're walking around and you're looking at everyone else, and with your eyes looking at these other people, it's easy to see their great skills, their great assets, their amazing attributes, you know, things you just admire about them. It's so easy to see that from your point of view looking out. But sometimes it's incredibly hard or impossible. You've never maybe noticed your own skills and amazing characteristics that other people are seeing. It's a little umeboshi on your back. You can't see it, but everybody else does. They see that delicious little preserved plum on your back, how amazing it looks. So I think about that too. Like sometimes if you're feeling bad, like, man, doing nothing right, all these other people are doing so great, especially in social media. Oh my God, like that cookbook she made, I can never make food like that. It looks so great. She does such great photography. That person's so smart. That person retired early. You know, you see all these amazing characteristics of other people and their accomplishments and all these great things. And it's so easy to see that. And yet, surprise, other people might be looking at you like, wow, like they're really amazing, you know, in this way and that way. Like, yeah, so just take stock to say, I'm human, like I have good qualities, I deserve to be here, right? I'm not trying to preach too much, I'm just sharing things that I think about to motivate myself and to feel better. Because really it's true, it rings true to me, all these things. I'm human, I deserve to be here, you know, I'm looking at all these other qualities people have, which are amazing, and honor them for it, but realize that, you know what, I have something too. And maybe it doesn't feel like it right now, or I don't feel too good, I can't see it, but just know, like, I have some good stuff going on, you know? And if you're skilled at something, it's okay. Focus on that skill. And sometimes you're so skilled, it doesn't even feel like a skill. It feels like, oh, this is nothing. In fact, I think a lot of people play off their skills, where they're just like, oh, this is nothing, anyone could do it, it's so easy. Because it comes natural to you. Yes, it does. And you're just like thinking it's nothing. And then you admire these other skills that are so challenging for you to do. Because maybe it's not meant for you. I want to be real. We can't all do everything perfectly, right? So, I mean, just take stock in like what you can do, what comes natural and easy, and to other people that might be so incredibly challenging and so amazing, and they'll look at you like, wow, look at what you can do. Anyways, I went on and on. That's my 2 cents. But yeah, mostly just, especially in these challenging times, take care of yourself. Have good, positive self-talk. You deserve it. You deserve it. That's all I'm gonna say. And if everyone just felt a little bit better about themselves, maybe the world would be a more positive place. We wouldn't have to feel so negative and lashy, you know, lashing out at other people. Anyways, you deserve it, guys. I hope it wasn't too cheesy. But until next time, all right, bye.